From the moment Zion Clark entered the world on September 29, 1987, in Columbus, Ohio, his journey was destined to defy expectations. Born with caudal regression syndrome, a rare disorder that disrupts the development of the lower half of the body, Zion came into life without legs. For many, this condition would have spelled a lifetime of limitations, barriers, and whispered sympathies. But for Zion, it became the foundation of a story that would inspire millions, a story of resilience, audacity, and a race that would silence the world. Zion's earliest memories are not those of comfort. Raised in Ohio's foster care system, he navigated a childhood marked by uncertainty and change. The foster system, with its revolving doors and shifting faces, is a challenge for any child. For Zion, whose physical differences set him apart even further, it was a crucible that forged his unbreakable spirit. He learned early on that, while he couldn't control the cards life had dealt him, he could choose how to play them. Adoption brought Zion a sense of stability, a loving home, and, crucially, the encouragement to pursue his passions. It was in this environment that he discovered wrestling, a sport that, on the surface, seemed an unlikely choice for a boy without legs. But Zion was never one for conventions. Wrestling, with its demand for strength, agility, and mental fortitude, became the arena where he would first test the boundaries of what was possible. At Kent State University, Zion joined the wrestling team, determined to earn his place not through sympathy, but through sweat and skill. Every practice, every match, he pushed himself, fueled by a desire to prove, to others, but most of all to himself, that he belonged among the best. His unique body forced him to adapt, developing a wrestling style all his own, using his hands and upper body with astonishing power and dexterity. Opponents who underestimated him quickly learned that his lack of legs was no disadvantage. In fact, it sometimes became an asset as he moved low and fast, impossible to pin down. But Zion's ambitions stretched far beyond the wrestling mat. He became a living testament to the idea that our limitations are only as real as we allow them to be. Every day, he challenged the world's assumptions about disability, about adversity, about what it means to be an athlete. Then, in 21, Zion's relentless drive led him to a feat that would capture the world's imagination and earn him a place in the Guinness Book of World Records. He set out to become the fastest man on two hands, racing against the clock in a 20-meter dash. With explosive strength and sheer determination, he powered himself forward, arms flying, hands slapping the track with rhythmic intensity. The crowd watched in awe as Zion crossed the finish line, shattering the previous record and redefining what speed could look like. In that moment, he wasn't just running a race, he was running through every barrier that had ever been placed in his path. The world stood still, silenced by the sight of a boy without legs moving faster, pushing harder, and dreaming bigger than most could ever imagine. But Zion wasn't finished. Rather than resting on his achievements, he continued to seek new challenges. In December 2022, he made his professional mixed martial arts debut at Gladiator Challenge. Seasons beatings. For many, MMA is the ultimate test of physical prowess, demanding agility, strategy, and raw power. Zion entered the ring against Eugene Murray, undaunted by the odds or the spotlight. The fight was a test not just of strength, but of will. Round after round, Zion fought with a ferocity that left the audience breathless. When the judges delivered their unanimous decision in his favor, it was clear Zion Clark was a force to be reckoned with, both inside and outside the arena. His journey reached new audiences in 23 when he appeared on America's Got Talent. Before a packed house and a panel of celebrity judges, Zion showcased his athletic abilities, blending explosive movement with an infectious charisma that won over the crowd. 4 yes votes propelled him into the next round, and he advanced to the top 5 in the semifinals. Each performance was more than a display of physical prowess. It was a celebration of the human spirit's capacity to rise above adversity. That same year, Zion's story was featured on HBO's Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. The segment delved deep into the challenges he'd faced and the victories he'd claimed, offering viewers a window into the drive and determination that define him. It was yet another testament to his growing influence, as the world took notice of a young man who refused to be defined by his circumstances. Through it all, Zion has remained grounded in a message of hope and possibility. He speaks openly about the hardships he's faced, about the pain of being different, the loneliness of foster care, the countless times he was told no. But he also speaks about the moments of triumph, the mentors who believed in him, and the power of choosing to persevere, no matter the odds. He often says, "No excuses." Those two words have become the mantra of his life, a rallying cry for anyone who has ever been told they can't. Zion's story is proof that excuses are the easy road, but the road to greatness is paved with resolve. As Zion's fame has grown, so too has his impact. He has become a powerful advocate for children in foster care, for athletes with disabilities, and for anyone who feels the weight of the world's skepticism. His presence on social media, in interviews, and in public appearances is marked by a contagious energy, the sense that anything is possible if you're willing to work for it. He has inspired not just those who share his challenges, but people of all backgrounds and abilities. Parents share his story with their children, teachers use his example in classrooms, and athletes study his techniques, hoping to capture a bit of his relentless spirit. Zion knows that his journey is far from over. Each new challenge is an opportunity to inspire, to uplift, and to continue proving that the limits we perceive are often self-imposed. Whether he's racing across a track on his hands, grappling with an opponent in the ring, or sharing his story on a national stage, he carries with him the lessons of his past, the pain, the struggle, but most of all, the unwavering belief in what is possible. His story is not just about overcoming physical limitations. It is about overcoming doubt, fear, and the voices, both external and internal, that insist on what cannot be done. With every achievement, Zion redefines what it means to be strong, to be resilient, to be truly unstoppable. Those who witnessed Zion's record-breaking race, who watched him cross the finish line on two hands, describe a moment of profound silence, a hush that fell over the crowd as the enormity of what they had seen sank in. For a few precious moments, the world was silenced, not by disbelief, but by awe. In that silence, barriers melted away, replaced by the undeniable truth of human potential. It is easy to see Zion as a symbol, a testament to courage, perseverance, and the power of will. But for Zion, the journey is deeply personal. He runs not for fame or recognition, but for the kid he once was, searching for hope in a world that too often told him no. He runs for everyone who has ever felt excluded, underestimated, or overlooked. He runs to remind us all that greatness is not measured by what we lack, but by what we do with what we have. In the years ahead, Zion Clark's story will continue to unfold. New challenges will arise, new records will be chased, and new audiences will be inspired. But the legacy of that race, the day the boy without legs ran and silenced the world, will remain. It is a story that echoes in every gym, every classroom, and every heart that dares to believe in something more. Zion's journey teaches us that life's races are not always won by the swiftest or the strongest, but by those who refuse to stop running. In a world quick to judge by appearances, his story is a powerful reminder that true ability comes from within, forged in the fires of adversity and fueled by the unyielding light of hope. As we reflect on the boy who ran a race that silenced the world, let us remember the most important lesson of all, that the greatest victories are not won on tracks or in arenas, but in the quiet determination to rise, again and again, no matter how many times we fall. Zion Clark's race is far from finished, and as long as he keeps running, the world will continue to watch in awe. Silenced, not by disbelief, but by the sheer, unstoppable force of possibility.